Hey everyone, it's great to have you here. I'm Tracy Youngkin, and I'm deeply committed to bridging the gap between healthcare and technology, and I try to make it impactful and accessible to everyone. So you're going to find me here usually every Wednesday having a conversation about all things technology. And as an informaticist, my primary job is to bring and to bridge technology concepts and business concepts together to make sure that it is a win-win situation for all. Now, whether you're struggling with data initiatives, new regulation, if you're trying to make informed decisions about new technology and what should you be bringing or concentrating on in your organizations, or if you're just dealing with the constant changes in the market, because if you haven't heard, they happen all the time and it's happening rapidly in healthcare, I've got you covered. So welcome to my last and final uh, session on my fall series. Well, tomorrow is winter, so I think it timed out pretty well, where I'm going to cover my most frequently asked questions on AI. And this week's question is, what's going to happen with AI in 2024? I'm going to concentrate on healthcare because, lucky for me, last Thursday and Friday were the ONC annual meeting, and so many things that came out of that meeting. There was a lot of information. It was like drinking from a fire hose. So here are some of the high level themes that were heard and some details around that. I'm not going to take a super deep dive because I don't want to be here for an hour, or this is 2 days worth of information. So I've kind of distilled it down to what my audience is looking for. So last week, HDI 1, the final rule was released. The main themes were interoperability, standardized data exchange, that means FIRE, information blocking, and AI. Also, it was discussed a couple of times at HHS that they had also released their data strategy. So take a look out there in the HHS website to see what that is. Second thing that we heard about, USCDI updates. Now, based on the new certification criteria, it's also known as the G10 criteria. There are going to be updates for certified EHR technology to be compliant with, and let me make sure I have these all right here, USCDI v3, US Core IG 6.1.0, the CCDA 4.1 IG, code set updates that are now in SNOMED, LOINC, ARCS, NORM, our standardized data sets that we use in FHIR for data exchange. Also, there was the addition of electronic case reporting around public health, so ECR, clinical decision support, new certifications around that. It's also called, and this is a new acronym that you're going to be hearing a lot about, DSI, which is Decision Support Interventions. So you're going to hear a lot about that. Just think it's clinical decision support when you hear it. New APIs for patients and population services. For my providers that are out there, there was new updates for view, download, and transmit to third parties. Patient demographics and observations were also out there that are going to be updated. Transitions of care criteria also updated out there. And then there was this exciting talk about these new USCDI plus data sets. Now, these are for specific use cases and very exciting. So we talked about cancer, public health, maternal health, behavioral health, and quality. So there are going to be these new data sets that are coming up. Third thing that we talked about that we heard, of course, is TEFCA and the QHINs. The QHINs, Mickey reported, we're already seeing traffic as of the first date, so as of Tuesday of the announcement, and the conference was on Thursday morning. So there was already activity happening. Also was alluded to that both SureScripts and eClinicalWorks have also put into be QHINs, so they've applied to that as well. One big thing just coming from the patient's point of view, which I was very excited about, was now we're going to have some patient requested restrictions. So what does that mean? That means that patients are in control of their health data management and their own privacy. So to help patients have that, there's also been a new requirement where if patients request some sort of revocation, that revocation has to occur within 1 hour of a request. It's not 24 hours. It's not time for you to batch load and run that through your systems. It means 1 hour within the request. So that's going to be another look at your systems again. And also it's going to touch different areas within your organizations when it comes to patient consent. Fifth thing in there, AI in healthcare. So we had a full day on Friday all about AI in healthcare. And this is where we need some unpacking. I will do that when we get back from the holidays. Okay. We need to be transparent in AI, right? So the importance of understanding AI decision making processes was stressed. It was not only just ONC, it was the FTC, the FDA. They all also talked about addressing AI biases. So, where are there biases in the data collection, the data use, and also data processing? So, what are the challenges, and why is it important that we identify, mitigate biases in AI, and how to do that? There was some very interesting conversations that were led by, I think it was Daniel Bornstein, from NPR, who said, and I apologize if I've gotten your name wrong, Daniel, you're an amazing facilitator. But he really wanted people to talk about real world use cases and not supposition, but actually what's happening and why we are having challenges and why where AI needs to be sped up, where AI needs to be monitored. So it was excellent, excellent discussions on Friday morning. One of the other things, ethical AI integration, I talk about this so much because it is so very important. They highlighted the ethical considerations in using AI in healthcare. We are not profiling. We are not doing geolocation and not offering services in certain areas because we know that they are high dollar. This is what we're talking about, using AI in a negative form. They're going to be watching that. And then there was a lot of discussion on cross agency collaborations. So FDA, FTC, and ONC at the table. And they talked about how they were going to cooperate and reviewing the existing requirements for each one of them. They did bring up that they do understand that each agency has different requirements. Some of these have been around since 1976. I think the FDA said that those are the rules that they're working with. So, to have some grace and patience as we start to change, get evidence, and then get some changes made. But the most important thing that I heard was regulations come out that the FDA, the FTC, and OCR are law enforcement agencies that are there to enforce the regulations that come out. I've never heard such strong talk about this look at enforcement rather than benefits. So keep your eyes and your ears open, buddy up with your compliance teams because you're going to need to. There were a lot of publications on the ONC HTI1 key dates. I will put those key milestones, the key milestones that were published on the slide. And also there were updates to the certified EHR technology. That's going to start in 2024. And there are requirements to meet from 2024 all the way through 2029. I will also include that particular slide. There'll be a link down in the description. And my thoughts on 2024 as we get to the end of the day here, there's going to be a lot of development work and a lot of work happening within your organizations. So the benefits of using AI were heard loud and clear. And I think it's going to be something that's expected out of everybody because we know that healthcare needs to be more proactive than reactive. And this is one way to do that. And it was also said that AI is not a panacea for everything. If we've got bad workflows, we've got bad workflows that we need to address. So, having the time to sit down and working from the bottom up to understand where and how you can use AI in your organizations strategically is going to be crucial to making sure that your implementations are both efficient and effective in the workflows. Because again, we know that when we develop technology outside of the workflow, it never gets adopted. Or if it gets adopted, it's adopted with workarounds, which are no better than what happened before. So there's a lot to unpack, like I said, and I will save that for the first of the year. Oh, one last thing that I did want to talk about too that did come up was HTI1, the final rule came out last week. They're anticipating having HTI HTI-2 out in first quarter of 2024 and maybe being finalized by mid-year of next year. So that means more updates to certification requirements, API requirements. Get on the ball, start thinking about these things. I think that was the bell coming for the new year, that things are going to change in healthcare and we are turning the boat, and we're very excited to be here. And I'm excited to be here with you. So I will catch you guys in 2024. You guys have a great weekend. Have a great holiday with your families. Take the time off, enjoy them, love them. And I will see you guys again here in 2024. Have a blessed holiday. Bye.